Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and another Monday Mix. Today we have the 18th of November. I'm going to kick off with some coins that I've received in the post. And once again I'm indebted to Judith, who lives in Wales, who was at the Royal Mint last week and picked up some straight ones, and she asked me if I needed one and I said yes please. I have actually paid Jude back. She only wanted the cost of the straight one plus postage. And it is the latest in the Snowman series. Obviously this is the 7th one, and it's quickly becoming my favourite out of the 7. It used to be the 2018 one with the Snowman and James flying over Brighton Pier, but I think this one surpasses it in my opinion. I really like that design, done by Robin Shaw, and I've got a bit of information there on the left hand side. And I think this straight one, like I said, started on the 11th of November, so Jude would have been down there the first day that happened. So specs there. And we've got Martin Jennings' portrait of King Charles III. Now strangely, the Royal Mint, if you're listening, I've ordered 3 items from you recently, way back in October, all at the same time. One of them was the coloured dinosaur, the first one, the steppe mammoth, which I showed you on the channel not so long back. The other item was a coloured snowman, which according to the site is in stock, but they haven't sent it. And the third item was the 2024 annual definitive set, because I wanted one for a date run. But they only sent the coloured mammoth one. I can't understand why they haven't sent the coloured snowman, and they've got a few coin minting machines, so I would have thought they could have done the 2024 set in next to no time, considering they managed to mint hundreds of coins in just a few minutes. Now the second item, now this one comes from Change Checker. It was sent out on the 29th of October, that was the email I got. And I didn't receive this until the 12th of November. I don't know where it's been in the meantime, but I was getting a bit concerned. But when I went onto my account, it said to wait until at least the 12th for it to turn up. And surprisingly, it did actually turn up on that day. Now we've got that crease again in the top. Now this is the latest in the Harry Potter coins. The Black Lake, where Harry Potter's getting captured by the mer people. Now, I honestly think this design is far too busy. I mean, they've missed part of it out, because on the right hand side it shows Hermione and Ron being captured already, and I think he was going to save them, so. But I don't know, it's just far too busy in my opinion. And again, Royal Mint, if you're listening, stop doing these coins please. They're just absolutely ridiculous. But obviously I'll be taking this out to put in a flip on into the date run, because obviously you've got to have everything being a completionist, haven't you? But like I say, I'm not too keen on that design whatsoever. Just all, I mean, the coloured version sort of stands out a bit better, but I'm not getting that. I think it's a total waste of time in my opinion, but never mind. Second thing is the Change Checker trading card. Now, I do have the whole set now. So let's see what we have. Be typical, I'll get something that it's an Olympic centenary. Using that £2 coin hunt, because I've just done a £2 coin hunt, which you'll be seeing on Saturday coming. So let's have a look at what I need. So we've got the Change Checker cards here. Now I know a lot of people have done them in sort of set order. I've put them in sort of date order. So we've got the Ring of Hands 1973 entry into the AEC. That one there that is missing is the EEC presidency. This one here is the NHS, so that's 2 I've got missing. I think I've got 13 missing in total. On this side, it'll be Kew Gardens, the blue carded version, WWF, and then we've got a couple missing here. One on this side is the canoeing. We need goal ball, is it? No, we've got goal ball. So it'll be handball that we're missing there. Judo. Then over on this side we need table tennis, tennis, triathlon, and then we've got Paddington down at the bottom here, which you can't see. Paddington at the station I need there for that one. And on this side I think we need, is it Flopsy Bunny? I think Flopsy Bunny and Mrs. Tittlemouse, I think. Yeah, so should be 13, but everything else I've got the gold set. So there was 10 of those, and then of course we've got the £2 coin set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the 3 on the right hand side is the 11. So all of those I've put into date order as well, and don't know when the next set will be out. But if anybody have got any of those cards that I'm missing, I've got a few spares. I do have a football spare, if anybody's keen on a swap. So I'll just move that out to one side and bring in this album. Now I've put together here all the striker runs I've got to date. I don't have that many, I don't have all of them. But these plastic pages, they're like 4 slot ones. I find that they're ideal for the striker ones to go into. They do tend to slide out. Now what I'm planning on doing is you can get these little Velcro micro dots, and I'm thinking of putting one on the inside, one on the outside, so it'll seal it. So if you ever need to take the striker one back out, it's easily taken out rather than using sellotape and just having everything stuck. So anyway, we've got the Isaac Newton, which I bought not so long back. That one there is the 2018 Britannia, and I have actually taken that one out because that has actually gone into my date run. I've got a 2019 Britannia at the bottom left. Now that was sent as a gift by the late Purple Fairy and I believe Judas as well. And on this side we've got a striker one. It was done on the 70th Jubilee, 6th of February 2022. And with that one you've got the obverse done by John Bergdahl. And most of these striker runs have actually been obtained by Jude. I think Smithy managed to get a few for me. So we've got the FA Cup one, and then we've got the Commonwealth Games Birmingham. This one, now I can't remember whether this is one that Judas actually managed to get hold of, or whether it was one I won on Grossie's channel, because I know it might actually be a BU pack I won from Grossie. Now this one I actually did myself. This is the striker one for the memorial of Queen Elizabeth II with Charles on. I did get quite a few, as you probably have seen in the past. There was 9 of them. I'm now left with 2. So I've sold quite a few of them, not for extortionate amounts. Then we've got the one that was struck on the day of the coronation of King Charles on the 6th of May. Then we've got the Atlantic Salmon 2023. I can't even remember whether this one was the one with the privy mark on. Yes, it's one with a privy on the back, on the, or should I say the front. And then we've got the dinosaur. That's Stegosaurus. On the next page, got the D-Day, which again Judas picked up for me. The Team GB for this year. The RNLI, and then the Gruffalo. So this latest one will be going in the top. And you can probably see there's a few other items I've got here, because there's some coins I showed you recently, the St Helena coins. Got the Isle of Man decimal 1971. Again, Judas managed to get all of that for us. I think the first decimal coinage from UK, I think I might have picked that up in a big batch of coins that I bought on eBay. And most of the others I've already seen, the El Salvador and the Australian Mint. And this one here was from Canada, I think. I got this from Change Checker. So like I say, those pages are pretty nifty. But because of the fact that the striking ones tend to slide out, I will be moving them eventually and putting them little micro dots on, so they'll all sail closed. Right, now last but not least is this one. Now I'm hoping it is what I think it is, and this is the one from the Royal Mint. I'll just get rid of the evidence. I'm glad to come out this way. Yeah. Now, if you can remember, good few weeks ago, I did mention that the latest James Bond one was coming out. Now, a lot of people thought there was only just going to be 6 coins, even though it did actually say on the site that it was a set of 7. And I believe the 7th one was going to be like a completed coin with all the designs on, with the 007 motif on it, and I was proved correct, because there we go. So again, we've got this weird packaging. It's not as sort of gritty as the last one, but it's a lot better. So we've already got the designs on there that we've seen from the previous 6 coins. The design is done by Matthew Dent and Christian Davies. I'm not going to bother opening up the package, so you can read that if you want. Just stop the video, pause it. And we've got the specs on the other side. But what I'm a bit annoyed about is, you get this little case to put them all in. Now, I've already got the original 6, but this bit here, it had some sort of like glue on it, so it was like all sealed. But as soon as you put all 6 in, it sort of came apart. So I don't know how I'm supposed to get the 7th one in there. There's just not enough room. There's not enough room to get 7 packs in there. So come on, Royal Mint, get your act together and make the packages a slightly bit bigger. I mean, I'm going to have to get some super glue to put on that to seal it all shut. But anyway, let's have a look. I've got so what, this one was the 2010s. And we've got the hovercraft. It's from the 2000s, or the 90s, like the speedboat, sort of mini jet. Wet Nelly a submersible car, and the gyrocopter, I think they call it. So that's the last one in the series. Unfortunately, like I said, the packaging isn't going to be big enough to get all 7 in. Next, we're going to move on to what happened on this day. So there's only going to be a few here, but in 2015 we saw the death of Jonah Lomu, the former New Zealand rugby player, who passed away at the age of just 40 years of age. Apparently he had severe kidney disease. In 1959 we saw the film Ben-Hur see its world premiere. It starred Charlton Heston, but the film's iconic scene was probably the chariot race. And in 1963, the first push-button telephone was trialled in the United States, which over time saw the old-style dial telephone replaced. Now, I've picked 2 number 1 songs this week. One from 2011, and it starred Professor Green featuring Emily Sandé. Read all about it. So it was their final week at number 1. They held the top spot for 2 weeks. And I've only mentioned this because Emily Sandé, although she was actually raised in Scotland, born in 1987 in my hometown of Sunderland. But the other number 1 I'm going to mention this week is from 2020. So again, it's fairly recent. Ariana Grande and Positions. She was completing her second week of 6 weeks at the top of the charts. And the reason I chose that title, Positions, was to lead in very nicely to the next thing, which is on the position of die marks. Now, I've already shown you these coins. I got quite a few from Judith Squirrel and Coins, who lives on the Isle of Man. Now, these two here are both dated 1993. Both 5 pences, but as you can see, we've got the AA die mark here, which I've called a parallel die because they're right next to each other. But the other die mark I've called an offset die. As you can see, it's sort of slightly underneath one another. Which is a bit unusual, but I have mentioned in the past that some Isle of Man coins have die marks in various places. And moving on to the next bit, we're going to be looking at these 5 coins. Now, they're all exactly the same. It's the 1997 TT motorcycle races. Every one of them is an AA die. That was the only die that actually used, apparently. However, they're all, again, in different positions. So we'll start off with the first 2. And I'm going to put some images up on the screen. So here we have the first 2 coins. Now, I've taken one picture of each up close, and then I've zoomed in a bit and to highlight the areas, and taken another photograph of the die marks. So I've put like a red line through the middle of the A die marks on each. Now, the first A on the left image, image number 1, is on a slight angle and just runs through the top of the 5 in 50 and just about touches the curve of the 5. But in image 2 on the right, the dies do look slightly worn, more blobby, but the left A is more straighter and hits the top of the 5 in a similar area to the first image. But it's more central when it passes through the 5. But to me, the whole of image number 2 looks in a slightly different font to that in image number 1. Now, that was the first 2. This is going to be the next 3. So move on to the next image. So in this diagram, I've got the 3 other coins, and again I've traced a line through the centres of the A on the die marks. So in image number 3, it shows the die marks very close together, with the tips of each A almost touching, and closer to the line that separates the dies from the denomination. Now the first A is more to the left than on the previous two images we looked at, and the line, as you can see, travels through the left curve of the 5. The second A is also further over to the left, and the red line is almost in line with the edge of the 0 and looks like it's almost under the cyclist's right boot. Now with image number 4, it again looks in a slightly different font. The left hand A is further to the left than in image number 1, and the line bisects the 5 right through the centre, with the right hand A just about in line with the edge on the 0 and also further away from the cyclist's boot. Now in the final image, number 5, the right hand A looks again in a similar position to the right hand A in image 4, but the left hand A is now moved slightly further to the left, and so the red line bisects the top left of the 5 and closer to the tail at the bottom of the 5. Now last image is I've actually put in all 5 coins, so as you can see there are slight differences to all of them. Now Newmister reckons there are at least 31 AA varieties known to exist, but I was actually talking to Ian Strudwick, who's told me that someone that he knows has found at least 50, so it looks like I've got a fair way to go yet. So that was the die marks. Like I said, it is a bit unusual having over 30 different types, but sometimes the A die marks could be anywhere on the coin basically. But it does seem strange that it's the same die, AA. Now we would have thought if there was like differences in where the die marks appeared, there would have been like an AB die, AC and so on. But it's all the same die mark. Anyway, that's it for today, folks. I was going to show you some of my Isle of Man coins, but I think time is getting on a bit. So until the next time, thank you for watching. Keep on hunting, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Watch out for Wednesday's 50p hunt, because there was a nice coin found in that one. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.